the Philippines has realized there is no room left for negotiation to avoid war. On May 22 local time, the Philippine Inquirer reported that according to consultations between the U.S. military and the Armed Forces of the Philippines, from May 26 to June 6, the U.S. Marine Corps and U.S. Navy will conduct annual joint combat exercises with the Philippine Marine Corps and Army forces. It is reported that the U.S. military will join forces with the Armed Forces of the Philippines, the Japanese Ground Self-Defense Force, and the South Korean Marine Corps to carry out joint campaign and anti-landing live-fire drills on the Baton Islands in northern Luzon, and Palawan and Tawi-Tawi Islands in Luzon. Known as Commandog 9, this exercise has been held 8 times previously. The upcoming Commandog exercise on the Baton Islands will be the 9th U.S. Philippines joint drill. The number of participants and the scale of troop mobilization have drawn widespread attention. It is worth noting that in this joint military exercise, the U.S. military has not only deployed personnel from the Marine Expeditionary Task Force stationed at the Darwin Base in Australia, but has also specially transferred the Rapid Reaction Force used to respond to changes in the Indo-Pacific and South China Sea situations to the Philippines. Its intention is to enable U.S. combat personnel to become familiar with the terrain and battlefield environment of the Philippines, so as to prepare for future confrontations with China. Philippine media believes that this dangerous development indicates that the U.S. military has made up its mind to preset battlefields in the Philippines and the Ryukyu Islands, and there is no room left for the two sides to negotiate to avoid war. The U.S. military is genuinely preparing for war. Philippine media also pointed out that the key subject of the Commandog 9 exercise is to highlight actual combat confrontation with China. In fact, to improve the adaptability of grassroots troops in forward bases, the U.S. military has transferred personnel from the 1st Marine Expeditionary Force in California to the Philippines during this year's troop rotation, and these units will also participate in joint military exercises on the Baton Islands and Luzon. It is worth noting that in this joint exercise involving U.S. Philippine Marine Corps, Army combat personnel, and Navy Expeditionary Forces, the so-called rapid approach tactics will be practiced for the first time in the Philippines. This means that once a conflict with China breaks out, the U.S. military will quickly deploy Marine Corps to the Philippines and the Ryukyu Islands through allies and rear military bases, then rely on local U.S. garrisons and allied military forces to wear down China's assault capabilities, buying time for the U.S. main force to enter the Western Pacific battlefield.